Remember, Monday morning, my program starts. 12-week plan or 3 months, same thing. Time's going to go regardless. At least be in shape for it. Do you want to fill your sleeves? Do you want to feel like a bit more of a man? Now let's get it sorted, because then time's going to go regardless. And if you didn't join up, I can tell you one thing. 12 weeks from now, you'll be thinking, should have joined up with Connor. See what I can do within 12 weeks to myself. Get on me, message me, reply to the story. Let's go. Oh, I have just woke up and I am straight on the bike first thing in the morning. As you can see by my eyes, I had a little bit of a sleep in today because I felt like the rest was kind of needed. As I say, sleep as much as possible. That's how you recover at the end of the day. But yeah, I had a good sleep for the first time in a long time, because I've had a lot of sleep apnea issues recently. Obviously because the weight change and the changes to the body. After the contest, it really can mess you up. So I'm finally starting to get a little bit better sleep now, with a little bit less sleep apnea. It only started the last hour before I woke up, which is a massive improvement because it was affecting me all night a few days ago. However, yeah, I know about the sleep apnea machine. I am looking at getting one or something smaller, because the big mask is just unrealistic a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to look around and see what's out there. But yeah, as I say, I'm on the bike, getting the body moving, pushing around anything that needs pushing around as far as blood and so forth. Fasted first thing in the morning. I've made the coffee next to me and I haven't even started sipping it yet. But yeah, as I say, the weather's not great today, so I wasn't going to go outside just yet. I've got work a little bit later, so we thought I'd get on the bike and just move about. But yeah, as I say, any suggestions for any ideas you got for the channel are more than welcomed. Today, the plan is basically do my cardio, maybe jump in for a gym session either today or tomorrow. I might do tomorrow and have a active rest day today. Get me meals in. Obviously stick to clean eating, as far as even after the contest, always stick to clean eating, and then go out and have like a cheat meal or whatever, because you've got to get your body used to eating normal food again, because you become intolerant to a lot of food when you do a contest prep, because you've eaten nothing else but this food. So give your body that sort of ability to have small amounts of, say, bad food. Reason being, as I say, because you need to live a normal life in the off season as well. If you want to go out with a meal with your partner, you want to go out with a meal with your friends, or like you struggle to, meal prep, whatever, the ability just to go in the shop and get food and be able to digest it without having issues when you're away is a miracle. So yeah, as I say, I put in a little bit of bad food as well, because I can, okay? I don't have to worry about making weight, so that's the good thing. And yeah, and it helps with mood massively, as I say, when you do cardio. And I've been asked before, do I do cardio in the off season? In the past, I didn't really. Little bits here and there, but nothing major. And I think with this time round, I think I'm definitely going to implement it into it. Obviously for all the above reasons, heart health especially. Being a bodybuilder, we know we put our heart under a lot of pressure with the body weight. As I say, there's a big difference between, say, being 250 pound fat versus 250 pound of muscle, because muscle requires nutrients, it requires oxygen, and it has to come from somewhere, and it will take it. Fat is just weight on the body and on the organs. Muscle is a lot more dangerous as far as on the body itself, because it creates a lot of pressure, and the heart has to keep up with that pressure. So generally you get an oversized heart because it needs to pump harder. So you get a slower heart rate, which may look good on paper, as they say, an athlete's heart, but at the same time it's slowed down because it's actually grown. It can't perform at the same speed when it's a little bit bigger. So I do recommend everyone goes and gets echocardiogram, or a 3D heart scan is the best way forward, because then you can see how the valves function, you can see how the left ventricle works, you can see the atriums, you know what I mean? You can see everything and see exactly where your heart is at. I get a yearly 3D heart scan because heart disease is actually in my family. So that's one of the concerns as far as me using anabolics goes and me doing bodybuilding. So I like to keep on track of that. I like to make sure that my genetics are not going against me. And if they do start going against me, things I need to do for preventative measures need to be proactive in my health because of these reasons. As I say, everyone's different. Some people suffer with hair loss, some people suffer with bad skin, some people suffer with other things like cholesterol. For me, it's heart disease that runs in my family. So what do I do to prevent against that? I take the right supplementation. I implement things like cardiovascular training. I implement other things, do you know what I mean, to make sure everything's okay. Daily aspirin, that's what I do, to keep the blood thinner, so it takes pressure off the heart. Aspirin's amazing for bodybuilding as far as like thinning the blood, because we know when we use anabolics, it thickens the blood. So you want to try and make sure that blood is running nice and smoothly. I don't recommend that to everyone, as I say, that's just what I do personally. 75 milligram of aspirin per day. But yeah, keep you updated with how the rest of the day goes. I'll catch you in a sec. This video sent to me, right, and I'm just saying it how it is. Zherka is full of, now he's mentioned the cycle that he's done, that he's clearly got off the internet, called the death cycle. Now, being straight up, I'm going to break it down and tell you how I know he is full of. First of all, we'll start with the first one. He said he done Tren Ace.
And I inject 2,000 milligrams of trenbolone acetate, 2,000 milligrams of equipoise, 1,000 milligrams of Mastron.
I said he done Tren Ace at 2,000 milligram, okay? Anyone who knows anything about Tren Ace, it comes at 100 milligram per mil, meaning he'd have to inject 20 mil per week of oil. Looking at all his pictures, he doesn't have a single cyst. He doesn't have a single bump, doesn't have a single mark. You can't even put 3 mil in your shoulder and you'll get a cyst or a mark or some form of swelling. None of his pictures show that. Then he said he done 2,000 milligram of equipoise, also known as boldenone. Now, equipoise comes at 200 milligram per mil, and that's a high dosage one, okay? That means he'd have to inject a further 10 mil on top of the 20 mil that we both know he's not doing per week. Then he said he done Mastron at 1,000 milligram. Now Mastron comes at 200 milligram per mil, which means he'd have to inject 5 mil. So altogether, he'd be injecting 35 mil per week of oil. There's not a single cyst on that man's body. There's not a single mark on that man's body. There's not a single even hint of him injecting more than, quote what he said, 3cc. 3cc is 3 mil. 3 mil. There's a big difference between 3 mil and 35 mil. Do you know what I mean? No. No chance talking about Boston Lloyd and all that. No, Boston Lloyd's brand was 3cc. This is 35 mil. 35. Can we just realise that? You see girls when they get lip fillers and they put 1 mil in, how much swelling there is? 35 mil. I can show you pictures right here. This boy is not putting 35 mil in any muscle whatsoever, and that's coming from someone who uses anabolics. Okay? Then we'll get further down. Okay?
1,000. I don't know if it's milligrams or micromilligrams, but I'd really hate platforming this. DMP.
Bro.
DMP. Okay, you ready for this one? The lethal dosage of DMP from a study shown by Dr. Jennifer Germain, published, was 4.3 milligram per kilogram. Okay? Meaning Zherka would have had to have weighed 232.5 kilogram, and that would be the maximum weight, so he didn't die. And actually he would die at that. He'd have to be above that weight to handle that dosage of DMP, which he said was 1,000 milligram. No, you'd be dead. Also, DMP doesn't have any reversal drug. It's not like overdosing on say, heroin. It's not like overdosing on alcohol. There is no comeback. You are dead. Does he look like he weighs 232.5 kilogram? Go find me a bodybuilder who weighs 235 kilogram. Sorry, 232.5 kilogram. Go find me someone, because you won't. And especially not Zherka. That's how you know these people are all about clout. That's how you know they're all fake. This is fake. And don't anyone follow this advice ever. Ever. He says it's a death cycle. Yeah, it's a death cycle. That DMP alone is a death cycle. We haven't even spoke about the other stuff. We just talked about taking 4 different oral steroids at once at a high dosage. You put 2 oral steroids together past 6 weeks to 8 weeks, even the lightest ones such as say Winstrol and Avar, and you'll feel your liver hurting, you'll feel horrible on the inside. This man claims to have done 4 different ones, 2 being the strongest oral toxicity, being Anadrol at 100 milligram and Halo testing at 40 milligram per day. Some people will say anything for clout. He mentions about blood work. Send me the blood work. Show me the blood work with your name attached to it with the reference number, and we'll go check it out, because I know it's a lie for a fact. As I say, there's not a single mark on his shoulders, his glutes. If you can show me where your cyst is and it's an accurate picture, then we'll have a little chat. But other than that, everything else I've listed, the man would be dead on the first day. Never mind talking about 10 weeks of doing this. No. Some people, honestly, it's shocking. I seen a video my friend done, Sean Jones, and it was absolutely amazing. But I'm someone I'm an expert within the anabolic field, and I can tell you this is my field of expertise. That man has never done that. That is a fake cycle for clout, and I can prove it with any test study you ever show me. Just the DMP alone was bull. Never mind the 35 mil a week. I don't even know any pro bodybuilder who does 35 mil a week. So, might want to think again, do you know what I mean? And as he said, he contradicted himself in the video saying 3cc. If you knew anything about measurements, you'd know 3cc was just 3 mil, not 35 mil. Now, there's a reason why I do videos like this, and the reason being is because I want people to understand that you shouldn't be influenced by these social media people. A lot of them will just say anything for views. When it comes to anabolics, it should always be done under a doctor's supervision. It should always be done under the most safe way possible. As I say, you get more from less with anabolics. And the truth of the matter is, you shouldn't even be playing with them. Even competitive bodybuilders, there's plenty of great natural competitive bodybuilders out there. It was a personal choice I took. As I say, it's breaking the law in most countries, depending on the country you're in, whether it's legal or not. But regardless of the matter, you should always have a doctor's supervision. You should always, if it's prescribed, make sure it's prescribed. As I say, it's a personal choice to make. And obviously make sure you're following the laws within your country, because there's a reason these laws exist at the end of the day. There's a reason this drug is prescribed, not DMP, just to clarify. There's a reason why testosterone is prescribed, because it can be dangerous if it's pushed too far. It really can be. Blood work will show that, you know what I mean? Always make sure you get blood work, make sure you're as healthy as possible. At the end of the day, this game is a marathon, not a sprint. So I advise you all to do this as safely as possible. Train because you enjoy it, no other reason, do you know what I mean? Unless you're a competitive bodybuilder, at the end of the day, and you're getting doctor's supervision, you shouldn't be playing about with these drugs. And that's the reality of it. I hope you all enjoyed the video today. Remember, subscribe, like, share with your friends or family, and stay safe as possible. See you later.